Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We are on the brand new finished courthouse steps at the Yorktown Town Justice Court and our police station. This is a job that was very, very important to our past supervisor, Tom Diana, and it's a great pleasure to see that his dream and vision was brought to fruition here. It was really, really important to Tom to not only make sure that the presentation in our courthouse and the safety for the people coming here looked great, but he also had a commitment to our local labor. And one of the things I think he was very proud of, and I know I'm very proud of, is that in this job we used 4 of the local labor unions with the contractor. We had local 60 laborers, local 137 operating engineers, local 446 teamsters, and local 235 laborers. Part of our commitment to redoing the infrastructure in our town is making sure that we can also help create jobs for the people within the town of Yorktown and the surrounding areas that are good paying jobs with protections and proper training, and as you can see by the quality of work, a great finished product. So on top of that, we also, with this job, came in on time and at budget. So everything went really, really well to the plan. And for that, I'll bring up our engineer for a couple words, Dan Ciarci.
Thanks, Ed. I'm glad you mentioned Tom Diana's involvement in this, because Tom was real hands-on. He came over here with me. He may help me make some decisions, and the ultimate product you see here has Tom's fingerprints all over it. So we're also, this was a project. We didn't use any outside consultants. This was all done with the cooperation of all the town departments. Obviously, engineering was involved, our planning department, our building department, and pulled this all together. And in the end, I think we have quite an attractive finished product, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
Thank you, Dan. I'm also remiss. Let me just recognize some of the people that are here today. We have Councilwoman Luciana Hagwat. We have Councilman Patrick Murphy. We have our town clerk, Diana Quast. We have our building inspector, John Landy. Unfortunately, John Tegeter from Planning and Sergio Esposito couldn't be with us today. But we also have from our courthouse, we have Judge Gary Raniolo, who I'm going to ask to say a few words, and unfortunately, Avia Pearson Cohen could not be with us today. But Judge Raniolo?
Thank you, Ed. All right, good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the Yorktown Town Justice Court, on behalf of my co-judge, Avia Cohen Pearson, who could not be here today, she's ill, otherwise she would have been here, my court clerk, Maria Ricci, and our court staff, and myself. I want to thank the town of Yorktown and the town board for getting this project underway, approved, and completed. It was well needed. The old flooring here outside, the bricks were all popping up, and it was creating a safety issue. So I want to thank everyone who was on the town board when this was approved and completed. And I want to echo the words of Dan Ciarci and our acting supervisor, Ed Lachterman. Tom Diana, our past supervisor, who's no longer with us, unfortunately, who spearheaded this whole event, and he's the person that I deem responsible for getting this job done. He took hands-on approach and made this happen. And I wish he was here today. I still can't believe that Tom's not here. I can still hear him laugh and smile. And we will miss him. I hope maybe the town could get a plaque and put it here in recognition of our past supervisor, Tom Diana. He'll be sorely missed. Anyway, thank you, Ed, for letting me speak, and thank you, Town of Yorktown. And I want to recognize Dan Ciarci and our town building inspector, John Landy. Thank you, guys. All right, enough of me.
And my last group to recognize, we have a very nice contingency of our police department here with us today, a couple of lieutenants, officers, our Chief Bob Noble, who I'll ask to come up and say a few words. But you know, of course our courts and our police department work hand in hand, and our police department is responsible for making Yorktown the safest city in America for 2023, and we're very proud of that, and we really appreciate the work they do. So I'll ask Chief Noble to step up for a couple of words.
All right. Thank you, Ed, and good afternoon to everyone out there. And I'm going to echo pretty much what everybody else said up here. I commend Nancy Arcia for his hard work, and John Landy and John Tegeter for following this through. The first time I was asked about this was probably back in 2017 or early 2018 about when this was going to get done. And it was Tom Diana who I can always hear him say, "Let's get her done," when I'd speak to him. And by God, he got it done. And to your credit, Ed, I know he wanted to have a ribbon cutting. That would have meant a lot to him. He was proud of the work that was done here, proud of the finished product, and kudos to you and to the town board for seeing that through and honoring him in that way. I agree with the judge. Let's get a plaque out here or something, because he's the man who got this done. It was his vision, and he made things better for us, for the public that comes here. There's a tunnel downstairs that you don't see. That was like a moat half the time with all the water that was coming through it. That's where we escort prisoners from our police department to the court. And Dan and crew, and you know, there was a lot of work done out here to make that better and safer for the men and women of the Yorktown Police Department. So on behalf of the men and women of the Yorktown Police Department, job very well done. And yes, you know, Tom, Diana, and Donna, who's here today, you should be proud of the finished product. And again, this is what Yorktown deserves. It's a great town, and we've done better. And today is the proof of that. So thank you very much.
So at this time, we'll move down to cut the ribbon, and not to put you on the spot, Donna, but you hear how much Tom had to do with this. We would love for you to cut the ribbon in his honor. So we will move down below and do that.